Serious, what are some unethical life hacks? NSFW. Can't write a good job application or CV. Post a job advertisement on those free websites for a position in the area you are interested in entering. Have random people apply to your fake job advertisement and use those to create a master CV for yourself. Browse your local obituaries. Find an old man who's passed away, but make sure there is something along the lines of George leaves behind his loving wife, Midge, of 62 years. With the power of the internet, call up Midge on the phone and ask her about the used car ad she posted. Midge will tell you that she doesn't have a used car for sale. Reassure her that you saw the ad for the car. Midge just might think, maybe I can sell George's old car, it sure will help pay for all these new expenses. You see, George's old car is a nice luxury car, driven with the care and frequency that only an 87-year-old can give. Now you can go buy a practically new luxury car on the cheap.
Hey guys, much like you, I love reading people's stories on Ask Reddit. Unfortunately, there's a lot of weird middle school level, just thought experiment type hypotheticals like nice try Baskin Robbins. I don't find this compelling, so that's why I've made it my mission to trawl and crawl through Ask Reddit and find the very best content and put it in your ears. That's why I'm begging you, like and subscribe. If there's anything I can do to help you out, give you the kind of content that you crave to help you get through your workday, let me know in a comment. But please like and subscribe.
If you are married and interviewing for a position that requires travel, lose that ring and watch out for the ringtone line. If you aren't married and interviewing for a stable job, put on a wedding ring. If you have any close friends with kids, take some pics with them. If anyone questions you about the wife, just start looking like you are going to cry. No one will ask again. Having a family makes you a little less vulnerable to downsizing and gives you some great excuses for missing work. Hungover. Kids sick. Have to go to the hospital because a hooker jammed a clit stim up your ass. Kids sick. On Craigslist or Armslist or any other classifieds site, find an item you want, label the person from several different emails, then send them a reasonable but still below asking value offer at them from your real email. After being labeled all day, they'll jump at your real offer. Whenever you go to buy a car, the sales guy will always give you that sheet that itemizes the charge and everything on it with the OTD price. That's the sheet that you sign when you agree on the price. What you do is take that sheet, tell them you'll need to think about this. Do whatever you can, but take that sheet with you. Then scan that sheet into your computer, OCR that shit, change the numbers around to something you want that is reasonable. Make sure your math is right, print it out, bring it to another dealership and negotiate from that fake invoice. If you are meeting someone through Craigslist, ask them for their address first. Then go to Google Maps and pick a city the same direction, but twice the distance from their address. Tell the person from Craigslist you will meet them halfway, but in actuality they are coming to you because you live where halfway would be. So I guess this subject ties into a life lesson my grandma taught my mum. Growing up, there has always been this big-ass artistic rendition of a map of South America hanging up on our wall. I guess the story of it was that it was originally at some gallery and my grandma just walks up to the goddamn wall, picks it off, and walks out calmly without hesitation. She told my mum that you could do anything as long as it looks like you know what you're doing and nobody will question it. Thankfully, I don't see this being nearly as effective in today's world. I should make it clear my last comment was in regard to the specific act of grabbing a painting in a gallery, not so much the larger premise because that's still obviously effective. I'm surprised nobody said drugs, honestly. Want to sleep less. Be more focused. Whatever, there's a drug for it. I've gotten 50 messages saying they aren't unethical. While I think some drug usage should not be illegal, for example using performance-enhancing drugs in an athletic situation is unethical, building structures aren't as impenetrable as you might think. If a building has a composite shingle roof, you can typically just remove the shingles and cut through the backing underneath, usually plywood. In an unrelated note, alarm systems rarely monitor roofs. Also, if you're in a room with walls made of drywall, you're never really trapped. You can cut through the drywall and go through the wall itself, if needed. When you buy a laptop or desktop, buy a warranty that includes accidental damage. Near the end of the warranty term, run Linpack or Furmark and block the exhaust vent. Leave it like that for a few hours and you'll get irreparable hardware damage. File a warranty claim and get a new laptop. The best part is there's no evidence of hardware tampering because you never even open the case.
This year, like I said, I'm having a midlife crisis. I've started a YouTube channel and I'm on a big health kick. One thing that I found is very easy to eat, very easy to prepare, is I heat up chickpeas with chicken broth and tikka masala. And there are two schools of thought about how you should eat beans. Some people believe you should buy the dry beans and soak them, but I tried that and it was a disaster. So I buy canned beans every time. And if I'm opening like 2 cans a day to be on this diet, it is a massive pain in the ass if the can has this jagged metal edge. I'm worried if like little bits of metal are getting into my food, I'm going to slice up my intestines. So I found this special can opener that actually opens the can in a way that is completely safe, no metal's getting in your food, and is 1,000 times better than any other can opener I've ever used. So if you wind up, opening a lot of cans for whatever reason, maybe you've got a cat or something, you must buy this can opener from my affiliate link.
It still very much is. The terminology for it is social engineering, or exploiting the inherent trust between two humans. For example, an orange safety vest will give you all of the credentials you will ever need. They actually had a theft at a Walmart where 3 guys in safety vests walked in and started taking tips off the wall. It was a normal occurrence. Corporate sends guys down to take down the old demos and put up the new so no one even bothered to ask. Lo and behold, these guys weren't related to Walmart at all. They just stole like 6 of the demos right off the wall. Want to go somewhere that says you can't? Put on an orange safety vest and walk like you know what you're doing. People will let you in. If you get caught, just say you're a new contractor and you have a job here. You're trying to find the rest of the contractors, but are just lost as hell. There are a staggering number of outfits that you can put on that give you inherent respect. Construction worker, postman's outfit, scrubs available very cheap, the exact same ones doctors wear, lost tourist, FNG, etc. If you ever want to get in somewhere that has badge access, just make a fake badge. When you want in a door, say that you requested access to more doors and the fin security guys must have broken your access entirely. Of course you just need through this door to get to your desk so you can call them. This stuff still works wonders. People are dumb. This is why so many places have such strict policies. For instance, in data centers, you are generally not going to be able to use that badge trick. They're very, very strict that everyone needs to swipe their badge, no exceptions. Put an ad in Craigslist for road maintenance workers for hire, promising an excellent, but believable hourly wage for the area. Request that the recruits wait near a bank, right at the time you intend to rob the bank. Instruct the recruits to wear yellow vests, safety goggles, and a respirator mask, and preferably a blue shirt. Show up in the same attire and execute your robbery and get away with the help of your friendly job-seeking decoys. ETW, it's been done. Unethical if hacks come some that stand out to me. Buy a 10 Visa gift card, spend the money, then use the card for anything that doesn't require immediate authorization since so many have asked. Some bars don't require immediate authorization to start a tab, you just need to give them a card. Then instead of closing your tab, just walk out at the end of the night. Don't want to lose your luggage at the airport. Buy a starting gun and put it in your bags. Explain you are attending a track and field match and you have a gun in your luggage. The airline will go to great lengths to secure and track your luggage. When buying something on Craigslist, search the same item in a faraway location. List it in your local area for much lower. Then inquire about the original item with a much lower price than they asked, claiming someone else is selling something very similar for much cheaper. Get into some areas for free. Hold your phone up to your face and talk loudly saying you left your purse near X. OK, I'm on my way. Post fake job ads on Craigslist for positions you are interested in. Review all the resumes that get submitted and make sure yours stands out from the crowd. If you ever go to a country concert where something that implies you are in the military, you won't buy a single drink all night. If you ever kill someone, bury a dead deer 5 feet above the body. Any sniffing hounds or searchers will ignore the corpse after unearthing it. Pro tip, make sure you're comfortable delivering a job performance that your stated skills and experience imply. There's no faster road to losing all credibility than having people suggest you lied on your resume. Source, I'd seen this happen more than I would reasonably expect. I don't get why boarding early is a thing. I want to spend as little time as possible cramped up on an airplane. I always have a reserved seat when I fly, and my carry-on fits under the seat fine, so I don't have any need for overhead bins. I have had instances where someone else was sitting in my seat and I've either had to ask them to move or to switch seats with them, but it's never been a big deal. Some woman showed up at my granddad's funeral and went back to my grand's house after for food. Nobody knew who she was, but she claimed she was there on behalf of her dad, who served in with my granddad and worked with him after. She talked non-stop, and my gran was polite and listened for hours and served tea, etc. When the woman finally left, my gran just exclaimed, "Has that cow finally left?" It was just so out of character, I found it absolutely hilarious. Cram a piece of wadded up paper towel in the change return of a vending machine, as high up as you can get it without losing it entirely. Once a day, come back and give it a little tap to send all the change it has collected tumbling to the bottom and into your hands. Repeat. Always have a picture of baby's young children on your desk. Call it and mention your youngsters in passing when engaging in casual work conversation. By doing this, you'll get all the advantages of an employee who has children, it not immediately being assumed that you're working holidays, being able to leave early once in a while to pick up the kids from X, an easy conversation point when schmoozing with clients, and various other social benefits without actually having them. This trick can also be applied to carrying a pack of cigarettes on you, because smokers are allowed at least 3 for smoke breaks a day, while non-smokers are afforded no such equivalent. There are 2 classes of lies that you can get away with. 1. The lie that's so huge, so massively impossible, that no one would ever understand why the fuck you would lie about something so fundamental, and so it's accepted as truth. I call this the government lie. 2. The lie that's so small that you can utterly convince yourself that it could be true, and so no matter how many times you tell it, it doesn't bother you, and no one would ever understand why the fuck you would lie about something so innocuous. I call this the 116th Cherokee lie. A lot of people are asking me why I call the second one the 116th Cherokee lie, given that some of you are actually some small part Cherokee. The answer is no, you're not. You are lying about that. Here is what I have done at places I have worked at. Say that your workplace has a television or electronic device you would like to have. If you have the opportunity, you take it apart and disable it so that it won't turn on. Management will replace it and throw the old one in the trash, where you can retrieve it and reconnect it so that it works.
Do you have any idea how convenient it is to use a Keurig machine for brewing coffee or tea? Personally, I gave up coffee a long time ago, but I was able to get a great, delicious cup of coffee in just seconds with no cleanup, no extra work, using a Keurig machine and a K-cup. And now I use my Keurig machine to brew tea, loose leaf tea, every day that I drink. And I also use it to make oatmeal and, anything else that you can put hot water into. So if you don't have a Keurig machine in your house, you're missing out. Try my affiliate link below in the description of the video, and you too can enjoy a great cup of coffee in seconds, any time of day.
A few years ago we knew a girl that did this. Her best friend was married and had 2 kids already. Her biological clock must have been Big Ben because she was frantic to have a kid so their kids could be close to the same age, grow up as best friends, etc. It was seriously kind of sad and creepy at the same time. She had a boyfriend who had told her in no uncertain terms that he did not want kids. She kept trying to change his mind, which blew us away. We told her point blank, if he doesn't want them and you do, you need to reevaluate the relationship. She actually agreed and we were all convinced she was going to break it off because there is no way she would compromise on wanting kids. Her solution to the dilemma in her mind was to poke holes in the condoms she kept at her house. She honestly could not understand when her best friend told her she needed professional help. She didn't see it as trapping him and actually tried to debate that what she did was perfectly acceptable. When the boyfriend found out, he went ballistic and noped the fuck out. The crazy girl pokes holes in condoms and can't understand why that's batshit crazy. Oak to answer the most asked question, no, there was no baby. The boyfriend found out before she got pregnant. He left her so fast there was just a pop noise and he was gone. Some more answers. After getting verbally crucified by her best friend, she left to see the BF, and because she was so upset he wanted to know what was the matter. I'm not sure how she told him. I just know it came out somehow. I would have loved to have heard that conversation, especially since I got to see the first part of it. She did end up getting pregnant. However, it wasn't through any trickery. She ended up meeting someone that was really into her and they actually got married and had 2 kids. This wouldn't be a happy ending if it was all normal though, so I'll share something else. She never told anyone she was getting married. She showed up with the new husband out of the blue and tried to play it off like it wasn't a big deal. A lot of people were really upset she did something so big without telling anyone, not even her parents. The husband is a good enough guy. I just wonder why he went along with it. None of his friends or family were there either, from what I understand. It was them and 2 witnesses, basically 2 people that worked at the church. To quote Sheldon Cooper's Mailman, bitches be crazy. Basically they can't stop you from taking it, but they aren't supposed to let you lead with it. Presumably because the managers know crap like this could happen, but they'll use all sorts of reasons. We don't like customers leading with this since it gives away some of our business secrets. We have to keep it here unless you purchase the vehicle, since it has our employees' information on it. We like to make sure all unused paper is properly recycled. All that said though, some of them are getting smart about it. A lot of the bigger dealerships near me will actually print 2 copies. One goes straight into a binder folder, something in the back near the printer, and they come to you with the second copy. They still try to make sure you don't take it, but if you do and take it to another big dealership who also does this, they will call the dealer you went to originally, give them the date, invoice number, employee name, and have them look at their copy. If the numbers don't add up, they'll tell you they can't match it or beat it, and the best they can do is 15 more than the original one showed. I started telling my boss I was going on a non-smoking break. He started to say something but then decided against it as he had just come back from smoking. User suggestions, keep 'em coming. Sunshine, clean air break, second-hand smoke break, smoker bubble pipe, smoke pretzel sticks, at run manager, buy snacks, start smoking, befriend a smoker, read B alpha. I take bubble breaks. Step 1, buy pipe. Step 2, get bubbles. Step 3, tell your boss you smoke bubbles. Step 4, when questioned, say it's the oral fixation you're addicted to. Look it up, it's real. Step 5, laugh at others in your genius. My most popular comment is about the bs I pull at work. Fitting. If you are still in high school, middle, buy candy and snacks at your local dollar value store and then take them to school and sell them for 2 to 3 times what you paid for them. Most of these kids get their money from their parents daily and have no idea the value of what they are buying. Look for sale candies that are between 10-33 cents and name brand. Selling store brand Pop-Tarts as number brand Pop-Tarts can also work surprisingly well. I used to make about $10-15 a day doing this back when I was in high school, and the teachers rarely care unless you are disrupting class by selling them. Alternatively, wait for your school to do one of those chip sale for X reason things where kids sign up to sell X amount of chips. Then sign up for that, sell your first batch, then proceeds to refill said batch with the snack pack chip bags you can get at any Walmart or grocery store. This can range anywhere from a 100 to 200 profit depending on if your school marks up the price of each bag to secure their cut. It's only unethical if you consider supply and demand economics unethical.
I turned 36 this year and I decided to focus on my physical fitness, so I bought a swim club membership. The only problem was, most of the time when I go swimming, I wind up getting an ear infection. So it turns out that normal earplugs that kind of irritate your ear canal, they don't really work, they don't keep the water out, but there is an amazing kind of earplug. It's called Mack's Pillow Soft Silicone earplugs that, they feel great, they keep the water out 100%, they're reusable, and they don't irritate your ear canal at all, no issues. If you've ever had a severe ear infection, you don't want to experience that again. It can permanently damage your hearing if you're unlucky. So investing in these earplugs is definitely a good idea. Also, when my baby was crying later this year and I could not get to sleep, I used the same earplugs and they worked great. I was able to sleep right next to a crying baby. So be sure to click my affiliate link and purchase some of these Mack's earplugs today.